Well, Coach, in a few months' time, snow will blanket the Great Peaks just to our west. But for now, summer still in full swing at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
He's crossing. He's checking cross. Switch. Check 9. Check 26. Check 26.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And now it's Rosen looking. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Well, it's an offense. You know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't put him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Down. 10 Lobo.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Greystone, travel.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Bryce Love, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Hard.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's third down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Middle.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. On play action, Rosen. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. Bradley Chubb in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos are going to get it at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Stop your whining. General West. Smooth.
Block now on first down. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered. It's both feet down for the completion.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
36.
On third down, here's Love. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Got a man open. That's Harry. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They look to throw. It's locked. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
61, match box, lights. Bravo. 50, mark 50, mark 50.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Love. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 18 Gators. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Come to my world. We want it. Big Ripper.
On 1st down, Locke. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. N'Keal Harry, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos push further out in front. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Hey, foxtrot.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his 2nd season. The future bright.
Down. 60 or. Hey, Wahoo.
Shotgun snap to Locke. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Slam. 22 jet bomber. Go. 57 the mic.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now Rosen on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a Dolphin is confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Under crunch.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going on 4th down. Rosen. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Locke. It's complete to Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Bryce Love with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 52. Watch the hey, alert, alert.
Now it's Rosen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go, motion, motion, motion. Mike, 50.
Rosen will throw. And that will be incomplete.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
This is brought in at the 21. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
You don't want it.
On 3rd down, block. It's caught. Jones. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Block now on 1st down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Block now. Over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get there. You go tight. Get it ready.
Block will try again on 2nd down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
It's run. It's run. It's running.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
57.
Throwing on first down. Lock going up top. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I remember a coach told me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Flushed out right. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards. On first down, here's Love. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On second down and 4. Lock. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From the 27, Rosen. Now a short one to Gesicki. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits?
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Check. Tight dog.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rosen. All going deep here for Taylor. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Rosen looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he fields it cleanly. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running to start the drive is Love. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Locke. He completes it to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Locke now. 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Locke now on 1st down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. A gain of 6 there on 1st. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
That one good for 37 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Bryce Love, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Kill, turn up.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Watch twist.
49, check 49, check 49.
They'll run again with Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. To throw is Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. And it's taken in at the 9. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start the drive with Love here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, check Mike 50.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lock. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lock. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Rosen. All going. He's got a man. Complete. A gain there of 30 big ones. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Middle.
On 2nd and 12, Rosen got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, check 24, check 24. Yeah. 51 to Mike. Yeah.
Here's Rosen to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And some space here. Past the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And now it's Rosen looking. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They come out here in the I. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run it in with Brown. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
To try here for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Jones has it. He got 29 yards that time.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Locke. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
This is fielded at the goal line. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. And now it's 3rd down. And they will take a knee here.
Rosen on the keeper. 3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They'll look to set up his blockers. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Hey, high 7.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Watch the pass. Watch it. Go.
A lot going to throw it here. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
General West.
3 down. 3 down. Check.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Deuce. Slam.
5.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line.